Okay, so we picked Tiffany. Tiffany, I hope you're still out there. Because we're talking about you. So if you left, this sucks. Okay, so we're gonna pick all the 12 signs. We started off with Aries, obvious reasons. Again, always remember that the first house is where we start, and the results of everything is the 10th house. So, okay, I'm trying to know why I can't zoom in. So we're gonna start off with Aries. This is that black line that you see right here. I'm here. She's still here. Tiffany's here with us. So you're looking at what you're seeing right now is her Placidus. So what you want to do is you want to keep two things you want to do. You want to look at her second house cusp. So this is her second house cusp. It starts at Taurus anyways. So that means it's ruled by Venus. But because I am a visual learner, we're going to go ahead and put it in whole signs just to be safe. Okay. So still is a Taurus. I know that, but I want to make sure you understood that. And this is her second house of money. So this is the money we earn ourselves, whether through a natural skill or however this tells you can earn money yourself, you earning it. Now there's different types of way of learning, getting money. So the fifth house, for those that did not know real quickly, is fast money. It's something that you do as a skill, stocks, like speculated gains, gambling. If you're a good sports bettor, if your boyfriend is a good sports bettor, more than likely he has a strong fifth house. Okay, the other money maker is going to be the eighth house. The eighth house is always going to be loans and debts and stuff like that, but it's the eighth house of clients. So if you have a very good eighth house, you can find ways to make money with the eighth house. And then last but not least is the 11th house. The 11th house is the gains that you either build yourself, 10th house, corporate gains. This could be unexpected gains as well. It opposes the fifth house. So maybe somebody who hits the lotto, you could kind of see it. Anyway, so for Aries, for those that are Aries rising and Aries sun, listen, we are going to put our listening ears on. We're going to put our listening ears. Aries rising sign and Aries sun, the second house of money or resources or family for you is going to be Taurus. That is the second sign away from you. Okay. What is Taurus ruled by? Venus. So we back up. Her Venus is in the fourth house. Okay. Not to mention, we can't walk away from this Mercury that we have in the second house. Cool. So what does that mean? One, off rip, whenever the ruler of your second house lands into that house. Oh, great. Can everybody hear me? Wow. We're doing Aries rising. Can everybody hear me? Sorry, I have to take that brief intermission. 3 minutes. For those that are watching it on the playback, I'm gonna call you right back. Okay, thank you. Everybody's hearing me. Astrology girl. Okay, bet. All right, sorry, because I'm getting a call and somebody was calling me. Anyways, Aries. So the ruler of your second house is going into the fourth house. That's what's happening for her specifically. What you want to do is you want to combine what is the ruler of the second house doing. It's whatever house that lands in, you can make or orchestrate money through that. What does that mean? At some point in her life, her mother could have got her a job, or someone in her family, her mother's side of the family, someone could have helped her get a job. The fourth house, she can make money from home, with homes. Creation, things that she create, because that's the fourth house. Money through even vehicles. The fourth house is like things that you already own. So I know the second house are assets, but the fourth house is what you do with these assets. Like, what is it for? Like, what is this? And also the fourth house is your what makes you happy. So she can literally take something that makes her happy and make money off of it. I have this. I literally have the ruler of my second house in the fourth house. Okay, not only she has that, she has Mercury there. So what you do is you look for the ruler. That's the first step. And then you look at whatever planets the person has in the second house. She has Mercury. That means that for her to make money, she can incorporate the third house. And she can also incorporate the sixth house because they're both ruled by Mercury. And if you notice, there's her big planets for her. She got the sun and Jupiter there. She has the moon in there. So all of those planets and houses are going into the second house of how she makes money. Honestly, she can make money with her hands, Mercury. A natural born talent she learns, a skill that she learned. Mercury is a skill set. Mercury is speaking, communications, things with your hands, walking, talking. That's all she could do that. Something with, now that Venus is there, she could do something Venusian, a service. That's what she could do. That's from one house. I just wanted to understand her money house, okay? Up next, we're looking for a Taurus rising. We're doing a Taurus rising. We already did Aries. For those that are coming in, pay attention. Put your listening ears on. If I'm saying Aries rising and Aries sun, is for a reason. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm looking for a Taurus rising. Any Taurus rising in the chat so we can use your chart as our example. Give me, if you have a Taurus rising, please drop your birthday and your time. We're going in order of the zodiac, okay? I already did Aries. We're going in the order of the zodiac. I'm looking for a Taurus rising in the rest of the zodiac. So we're almost there. We just started. This is getting recorded. Sorry for those that are listening for the playback later. This is what happens when you record on live. Okay. Boom. April. So we're learning how to learn our money houses. We're learning our money houses. We already covered the basics, which is the second house of money. The fifth house, the second house of money is money we earn from our natural born talents. It can also tell you where the money could come from. The fifth house is stocks. Literally, I have a great fifth house. I started getting into stocks to see if it's true what astrology says, and I have a lot of money saved, more than I've ever had before, through stocks because I follow my chart. I said, hey, I'm gonna listen to, if this is true. Everybody could be lying, but if this is true, then I should be making money through stocks. And exactly what the astrology did is exactly what's happening. Okay, so we're now moving on to Taurus. Okay, we're doing the Taurus sun, and rising. I didn't say moon, I said the sun. So now I am focused on the Taurus sun and rising. Listen very carefully. Again, the second house is our house that we earn our money. So your second house, sun and Taurus risings, is Gemini, is ruled by Mercury. Okay? So what you want to do is same process. You look at the sign of your second house, you look for Mercury. In this case, Mercury lands in our 11th house. That is a great combo. The ruler of your second house goes into another money house. You're for sure going to find money. These people, she is not lacking. She is not in need of finance. Even you see Saturn there, right? Then, and while as she got older, she made more money. So that's what we're going to do. So once you find the ruler of the second house, then you go back to see what else is in the second house. So she has Saturn. In this case, a lot of people would be Saturn rules, oh, not a lot of money, or being a hoarder, or saving money. They're a great saver. But in reality, Saturn could be, this person is very disciplined, focused, responsible in the area of that life. Or they're very knowledgeable. Saturn is also a form of wisdom. And because why? It takes you a long time to accomplish it. So if you have Saturn, wherever it sits in the house, you understand the house very well. So the second house is self-worth, resources, money, the family, even your teeth is the second house. So the ruler of the second house is in the 11th. We have Saturn there. Saturn is bringing in her 10th house and her 9th house into the second house. So that's how one. So that means she could have gone to school and made money at first. Maybe when she was younger or whatever, at some point in her life, she makes money through something she go to school for, higher knowledge. Right? So Mercury's there. It's the markets, being able to do two things at the same time. Maybe she makes money in two different versions. Warren Buffett has Saturn in the second house, and he is one of the world's richest people on earth. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Saturn. Saturn is also the ruler of her career, 10th house. So this could be either, we have Mars and Jupiter there. This could be some type of entrepreneurship. The ruler of her business is involved here. Jupiter is bringing the client house involved, right? And then now we have Mercury in the 11th. She could be a social person, a social worker. Not necessarily like social working, or maybe working with like a lot of groups of people because the 11th house is there. You know what I mean? Jupiter's in Aquarius. Okay? Whoever whose chart is this? I'm sorry. Is the person Tiff? I'm sorry, Tiff. I remember the first person that we spoke to was Tiff, but I didn't even get her feedback. Tiffany, if that makes sense to you, I wish you would have told me. But if, I don't know if she did. If Tiffany said that, can somebody commented in the comments? Because I don't remember seeing. I was busy reading the chart, but. Yeah, so if somebody, I don't know what Tiff said, can someone tell me, I think it's Nikki, I think I saw him, yeah, can you give us a hint if that makes any sense to you, of even the slight little, I'm only using the basic knowledge, I'm not even going in depth, like I just want to use the most basic thing of it all. Maybe she's in a big corporate business. Saturn is corporations. Maybe it's healthcare because Pisces is involved. You know, you can literally just pick small details of whatever it is. Gemini, maybe she's a dual, maybe her role is a duality, right? Gemini, maybe she's a person that speaks about it, you know. Maybe she's the market, maybe she's writing or whatever, she's getting paid for this, something about the writing, talking, speaking, you know. Her face could be the key of it all. Her voice could be the key of it all, you know. Somebody said, is a question. Somebody said divine. The North Node and Capricorn people, they too be patient before seeing real results. They need to be patient. Yeah, so, they're Capricorn. So what happened was, one thing is Cancer. They're very comfortable. She was rather, she dealt, whenever you see the nodes, this person dealt with a period of very comfortable in their ways and habits. Not really wanting to do much to the building stage. Then they're like, I'm a boss. Da, da, da. So it's like a big, that's what, you go through a wave of periods. That's how the North Node is. Like, for instance, if you have a Gemini, you probably do something Gemini-like for a very long time, and then you get into your North Node and Sag, like teaching people, you know, like, not, that's mine, for instance, as an example. Okay. Anyways, so that was an example of one way to interpret this. You can add details. You can add the 15 degrees. The Gemini keep adding more. That will be one way. Okay, we're looking for a Gemini rising. I am looking for a Gemini rising. I dropped my corporate job to teach. Yeah, like you'll do something like that. Like listen. I'm looking for a Gemini rising. We found one. Also, by the way, I also have done synastry charts on my YouTube if you want to go see that. It's basic. I'm giving you the basic things. I think I'm going to redo certain charts for like celebrities. I want to show you, like, maybe, or you know what? I want to do a real couple because you could kind of like see things. Certain events, when you put a synastry chart on top of another synastry chart, it's like a Pokemon card. They're activating things in your chart. Certain scenarios play out, that's why certain people come into your life a certain period of time. Anyways, oh my God, I was talking. 10:06, hey, 10:05, a star was born. Thank you. I used to say that a lot. Let me tell you how my manifesting game is so legit. I used to manifest a lot. And I used to say 10:05, a star is born, because I'm from, hello, it's my birthday, and I'm a star. And literally a movie came out called A Star is Born. Lady Gaga started, and it came out on October 5th, my birthday. To talk about manifesting. And then that's why, because I have a Mercury in Scorpio, wrong birthday. I'm sorry, I'm looking for out of sight, out of mind. She says she's a Gemini rising. She is a Gemini rising. Who's the wrong birthday? Okay. Oh, no. Her birthday's, oh shit, I did put my birthday, sorry. Okay. Yeah, you're right. No, I did. You're right. Her birthday is October 6th, 1997. I was talking about my birthday. Okay. Same process. Now we have a Gemini rising. The Gemini rising has Cancer in their second house, the moon, which means their money fluctuate. That's a different type of talk. But anyways, the moon is in control of her finances. Okay. Which means that you got to back up and look for the moon. Mind you, she has no planets, right? So the moon is in her seventh house. This is actually really good too. This is another good position to have, only because the ruler of your second house and going into the seventh house is business. So the person could get into business, things with contracts. They could literally work in a relation with someone else, like, and assisting someone else, because it's basically you getting your money from someone else, Now, Jupiter is the ruler of her moon. So just to add a little bit more flavor, this is actually a good placement to have for Cancer, placement, because Cancer is naturally ruled by Jupiter anyway. So having a moon in Sag is really good for this person. But her Sag is in the ninth house, which is kind of interesting. That could be different ways interpreted. One, it could be something with teaching. If you wanted to teach, you can. Or coach people or work with people one-on-one, because it's the seventh house, so you want to interact with people. Now, the ninth house is publishing or marketing. So the person could be very good at this. Maybe they do things where they're marketing other people, or they work in the ninth house. Maybe it's legal. They could literally work in a bank. They could work at a lawyer system or some sort, because the ninth house is public, is status, is notoriety, whatever the word is. And it's combined with the seventh house, which is already a legal house as well. So for a fact, for this person, this is how you want to do it. If you don't have any placements in your second house, you look for the ruler of your second house, where it lands. You want to combine that. That's exactly what I did with mine. Then you want to take whatever that placement is now combined with, add to it. So the ruler of her second house, which is the money planet, is Mars. Is her money, the 11th house of gains. This could be the people on the internet. Maybe she has something on the internet, 11th house, or working with groups of people that make her money. This could still be something she go to school for, and it took time for her to practice it, This is really good for people that have businesses that have people that coming in and out. Like people that work on the body tend to have Moon and Mars together. So this person could get a esthetician or something with Plutonian, something that you transform the other person. So like doing hair or doing things on their body again, or something that you are like the Terminator. When they come to you, you transform them. I have Mars and Pluto together. And I'm only using me as an example because I literally did the same process. And I sat there and I'm like, okay, what can I help people transform with? For me, it's mindset. When you come around me, I'm gonna change the way of thinking. So that could be a concept that you can utilize for yourself. So I don't know. I forgot who this person is. She's in here somewhere. I know. She had a cool name. I remember that. You good? Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah. Tell us. Does that make any sense to you? Do you have an idea of the type of things that I'm referring to when I point them out to you? And I'm basically using your tropical. I'm not even going into your sidereal and getting precision of things. I'm just, if you was to see this based on the naked eye, you could do this process sidereally and get a different result. That's another thing. Okay, so now we're looking for a Cancer rising. So we could use my chart, but I won't. Any Cancer rising out there? Cancer. Also, if you're a Gemini sun and you don't have your time of birth, I'm also helping you utilize that. Why am I using the sun? The sun is your career, is the external expression. So if you don't have your time of birth, just go by your sun. Don't worry about it. We have a Cancer rising out there. If you don't have a Cancer rising, I will make fun of you. Okay. Let's see, dear Levi. Don't fool you. I'm just saying. July. We're doing every zodiac sign. We already did Aries. We did Taurus, and then now we finished up Gemini, and we're heading into Cancer. 11:17 a.m. from Texas. Let's go, Pescos. Okay. I'm gonna cut your ass if you don't have, and I knew you didn't have it. We're still looking for a Cancer rising, Miss Dear Levi or Levy, whatever. We'll get back to you when we get to Virgo, maybe. Cancer rising, blue, green. Somebody, it's okay, baby. I was gonna cut your ass anyways. Fucking Virgos. You see that? You see how they be getting in the way? At least, and she had a Lilith in the 9th house. Let me not even get started to Lilith in the 9th house. It could range from many different things. Your grandma could have been a mistress. Your dad could have been a pioneer. Very different range of things, you know. You could be the mistress. You know, like secret relationships and shit. But that's just it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. New York. No. Is this a free reading? It is free, but you can send me something, Gula Man. I mean, if you asking. Coming in people's houses and asking, is this free? Oh. I was talking shit. Sorry, I'm not a mean person. I'm just like Mars and Scorpio. Whatever. I don't care. Do you find their higher calling in their charts in the reading? Yes, I can. That's actually your D9 is Navansa chart and your sidereal chart. The D9 in your sidereal chart, the Navansa chart. It is your highest purpose. It's one of the charts that I now started really utilizing. It's your journey in life, not your career journey. So if you was to write a book or just live your life on a beach, or if you was meant to live under a rock, whatever, the D9 will help you get there. Okay. So now this is a Cancer rising, thank God. Okay, she is, so Cancer rising or sun, the ruler of your second house of money that you earn it's Leo. What does that mean? Cancer rising, you're naturally talented in many different ways. That's Leo is one of the best planets to have, honestly. You don't have to do much. All you have to do is shine and be. People don't conceptualize that. Be happy, be creative, be childlike, not, you know what I mean? So the second house of money for Cancer, sun, or risings, right, is Leo. So the ruler of Leo is the sun. So hers is in the first house. So what does that mean? One, she could use her face to make money. She could use her body to make money. Not like in that way, but if she needed to make money in that way, it can. Or it could be her face or her natural born talent, just her being. Like, for instance, that happened to work out for me as well. Here, just being here makes it happen, okay? Now, what else does she have? She has the moon there. The ruler of the body goes into the second house, okay? We have the part of fortune in the second house. One of the best things to have for financial gain and resources. That means that this person, she rarely lacks. Meaning, like, if she loses something, she gets it right back. It's not even like a form of loss at this stage in life. Chiron in there, it rules the third house. She's probably very good at fixing things or pointing out things that need to get fixed. Chiron is the wound and is also a Virgo's energy of fixing the wound. Always trying to fix the wound, okay? So I have Mars in here, which is the ruler of her 10th house of public image, or something she builds, or some type of career. Not only that, is the 5th house of school. Something she could have also learned in school, a hobby that she's good at, goes into the second house. She's probably good. To me, if you don't use your art, like, I don't know if you're a singer or you like to voice your opinion, and people like to hear you talk, I would, or you do things that you're working on people's bodies. like hair or making them pretty. Again, why am I saying that? The ruler of the first house goes into the second house. The ruler of the second house goes into the first house. I'm not even looking at her seventh house. This could be a natural born talent. Now, who is this person? I forgot the person's name. Sorry. If I forgot your name. Yes, I am vocal. It's me. You can make money off your voice. Straight up, just like that. Blue green. Straight up, just like that. You can make money off your voice. I'm a Cancer rising. My second house is ruled by Leo. My son was in the fourth house. I am basically creating my own fortune. From home, literally from home, next to my bed, talking to you guys. If do you conceptualize this based on a skill that I literally learned and took time to do? Jupiter, me being a teacher pays me. I have that. She can make that off her own self. Cancers and Leos really got it. It's really that easy. Okay, we're gonna do what else? We're gonna do Leo risings. Leos and Cancers literally have it very easy. I'm not gonna cap to you. It's the easiest things to have. And I didn't even use the rest of her chart. I didn't even need to use the rest of her chart. I don't need to, because from right here, the money chart, it says it all. Okay? If you're a Leo, Leo rising. Okay, we chose one. Sorry, y'all. Just pay attention. I'm going to show you how to do this. Pay attention. It's not going to be that bad. Oh, no. Actually, damn. I didn't want to use that, too, because it kind of goes into the same concept. We're going to... Maybe... No, because then Leos feel chosen. I didn't want to use... I'm going to give 2 examples when it comes to the Leo, because I know that chart is pretty hard, and a lot of people can't read the Leo chart. That's a fact. If you ask me, a lot of people cannot read them. But they're easy to be read. They have karma with their family. They fall in love with their friends. They talk to, oh my God, talking about a Leo. I gotta call you back, bro, on my live. Okay, bye. That's my Leo rising best friend talking to me about having more money. Literally. Her concept of money. September, not August. September, not August. Okay, Leo. All right. So, Leo risings. Pay attention. Leo rising, Leo sun. Leo rising, Leo sun. Check this out. Ready? The ruler of your second house is Mercury, because it's Virgo rule. Which, by the way, slow down. Think Virgo rules debt, services, health, analyzing numbers. A lot of people in the Leo's family either are accountants, work in the service industry, in the healthcare industry. This is their second house of family. Okay? All Leos can find a job. Virgo rules work. So if you ever need a job, look at your Virgo house, and right away you should find a way to find a job. Hint, hint. So Virgos, you can always find a job with the family. Now, the ruler of your second house is Mercury. It sits there. That's great. That means that when you have the ruler of the rising sitting there, what you want to do is you want to just take a look at the opposing house. Always. Because or whatever that planet does. A lot of these planets have different aspects. Like Saturn has like 3 main aspects. Mars has like 4 main aspects. But most of these planets will always oppose the house opposing them. Okay? So if I look at your chart and the ruler of your second house is in the second house, one, I'm going to assume you already make money through the family or some type of resource or assets. Now, opposing your 8th house is Jupiter. Your Jupiter goes back into the second house of family. That's cool. Her sun is there. The sun is the ruler of her first house. Honestly, if you don't go to school for this trade, because Mercury is either, Jupiter is here. Mercury is next to Jupiter, and Mercury's learning a skill off rip no matter what. Jupiter is the ruler of the 5th and 8th. If you didn't go to school for something in the healthcare or something where it's probably either the food industry or you work in corporate because you got a 2 degrees, one of the best degrees to have in the zodiacs is the 2 degrees. So that's my assumption. Not only is but then the sun comes into play and it brings this Venus, which I'm interested for you because there's 2 sources of money. Whenever Mercury's involved, no matter what, there's 2 sources of money. And if you look, the sun is the ruler of your Venus, which is really the ruler of your Mars, and your Mars is in a great house. So I'm gonna assume you're very strategic and smart. I also want to assume that you probably she says, why am I a package handler? That's because you sit there and there's also small versions of your chart. I've worked in UPS. I still work at UPS. But because I have a Gemini moon, I could work at a driving job, right? Mercury, you can work at a driving job. It's up to you to be the package handler or the bitch in the office. No offense. No, I'm not mean to curse, but I work at UPS. I'm not a package handler. I upgraded. There's ways to do it. If you know game and if you know your position in your chart, I walk with confidence in my job. So when they talk to me like I'm just a regular person, I'm not a regular person. I'm not. So that's why I get moved very quickly. I go to any job. I was literally a delivery handler, Gemini moon. I was driving people's food I was walking people's food to their job. That's what I was doing at one point in my life. And guess, I went from doing the sandwiches to the delivery person to the one coordinating the caterings. It's your energy. It's your frequency. It's your drive. Mercury can get you in the room. Like, for instance, I got the job at UPS, but only your Mars determine whether you or I are in the same room. That's just what it is. You feel me? There's people in UPS that make 100K, 150K UPS drivers. Hello? Just an example. She says, I work in corporate. Yes, you do. You would have to work in corporate. One, because you're very smart. Mars belongs in the 3rd house. If I had to use any of your planets, I would use your Mars. Then you have Jupiter and your sun together, like me. No matter where you go, you're going to be the boss. Some people are management. Some people are servants. You know what I mean? You can manifest this. You can work out your energy out of it. You can get strategic. Like, I'm living the 4th house year, or I'm living the 3rd house year. How do I activate that? How do I do this differently? Don't sit in the mud just because I'm living a 6th house year. Everything I do is intentional. The 6th house year is work, health, and daily routines and service. You see me here working, trying to develop my service. My health is not the best, but I still went to work for UPS under the worst conditions. I'm just saying. So that'll be my rant of the day. Sorry, I just had to pick that person, and I'm not picking on you. It's just an example that we could be in the same room, different departments, literally. Okay. So she says she works corporate. It makes sense because Sun and Jupiter are together. That automatically the Sun is being seen. Jupiter is the noble class, the leader, the manager, the higher up, the status giver. So no matter where you go, you're going to be the guy, the person, the one. Leo shit. Now we're going to go into Virgo risings. Virgo rising. We're moving on to a Virgo rising. All right, loving paradise. She not playing. Okay, let's see. And I just went on a rant because I wanted you guys to know that you stuck in your own mud because you want to. You can get up. You can clean your boots off. Once I started reading my chart a couple times, I'm like, oh no. Like, I'm like, what? You're not about to play me. I know who I am. Like, you're not about to tell me that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? You diggy. That's how your chart gives you that. If you really have confidence issues, read your chart a couple times. Read it. Dissect it. Read this one. Look, it's under here. There's a bunch of, you could sit on the toilet and read this thing all day and get conceptualize a different way of thinking. You can literally manifest your whole life, your whole thing. Anyways, Virgo. Virgo rising or sun. Virgo rising or sun. Libra, which is great to have, is in your second house of money, which means that you're very good at getting business done, making it look good, aesthetically pleasing. Venus or Libra is ruled by Venus. This person, for instance, has Venus in one of the money houses. This is great. Whenever one of the rulers, whenever one of the money houses ruler goes into another money house ruler, awesome. That's like the best. So that means she, one, can get a skill for this. She can literally get a beauty skill or a health skill and be great. I'm not even looking at her nothing else. This is just strictly on her money planets. The ruler of her second house goes into the fifth house. Fifth house is the learning, educating, something creating, a hobby, maybe something she does that's a hobby she can make, or he, I don't know who this person is, she can make money off. Venus is also the ruler of her ninth house. This hobby could be something she teaches, something she learned, whatever, went to school for. Neptune, she's very good at creative things. The fifth house is the house that you get gifts back from whatever you did in a past life. So if you was a good guy, you're going to have great planets here. If you was a bad guy, you're a bad guy. Like, you're going to know. And then the ruler of her fifth house, which is really her money planet. So her money planet is really Saturn. Because Venus, the ruler of her money planet, is in Saturn, is in Capricorn. So her Saturn is in the seventh house. She can literally make a catalog. And the reason I'm bringing up catalog is because Venus is there. And she's a Virgo. Virgo's about organizing these Venusian things. Mind you, we have an 11 degrees. This could be something of a service that she provides. She has the North Node in a third. I think she's smart. Whether is I don't know if this is, I'm doing tropical. I'm doing tropical because most of you guys know tropical. Y'all can't handle, we can't go into the D9. That's, first of all, y'all don't pay me enough. None of y'all paying me to go into D9. I paid for that energy. Like, everything, I paid to learn astrology. I didn't just come out of my behind. I went and I got a teacher and I got a mentor and I learned and I practiced. So if you want to know, the sidereal is where things get real. The Nagashatras comes in. The Navansa, the Devansa. There's a build, yeah. There's other things, you know. So for instance, True. She said True. I don't know who this person is. What is it? I wasn't good then. Are you doing? Sorry, I'm just figuring it out. Anyways, can someone, the person who was this person, whoever I was reading, can you tell me what was going on? Can you tell me? Like, does that make sense what we was talking about? I forgot who the person, I think her name was Paradise. We're gonna move on to the Libra risings. Libra rising is next. Libra rising is next. I don't know who I didn't get to see, bro. I went to the D9. I have Mars in the D. No planet is a bad planet. Every planet can be utilized, can be transformed. Every planet is actually very. You were talking about Venus, but stop talking about my chart. No, I literally was just talking about your chart. I literally said the ruler of your second house goes into the fifth house. So this could be creative. So a hobby that you're good at. Saturn could make it turn into a business, something you learn. There is some type of either beauty or creative. So you could create a catalog. I literally just said it. So, yeah. I'm going to move on because I guess you didn't hear that part. All right. We're going to do a Libra rising. Libra rising. Also, I'm gonna post this. I am not a mean person. I'm just a Scorpio Mars. and I'm a Cancer rising, so we're kind of moody and things happen very fast. So, because I'm ruled by the moon, if you didn't understand that, but I'll teach you how to read people. By the end of this journey, you'll be able to read other people, because obviously a lot of people cannot read other, and their intuition is not the best. So, anyways, sorry, I am not poking at anyone specifically. Collectively, you can all get poked. You know what I mean? Sorry. Anyways, we have a Libra rising or a Libra sun. Trust me, I'm a Libra sun. This worked on my chart, can work for you. Okay. So your second house is awesome. Let's see. Your second house is awesome. Why? You got Venus is in your second house. This is a great placement for Venus to be in. Your second and your seventh house are where Venus loves to be in. Okay, this means money. You can make, this is cool. When Venus is in the second house, you can make money off of products, something you create. You can make money off of food, a recipe, a sauce, whatever the second house you've mastered in. Is the second house is the natural born talent. This means she even has a nice face. This what that tells me. The ruler of her first goes into the second house. She is very possessive, maybe. You should be, the people that have that should always wear like jewelry for good luck, by the way. So Pluto is awesome as well. There's nothing to fear when Pluto is in your second house. Pluto is great. Pluto's good for investing, getting money. Literally, Pluto is the planet of Mars, or well, Scorpio. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio, and Scorpio rules other people's money. So if you have a place where other people can come spend their money at, it'll continue to regenerate. This could mean that you make money off your assets. Mind you, I haven't even used Mars yet. Her Mars sits in the sixth house. That's okay. She's maybe she's argumentative. That's a different talk. This could be things that she makes money off for her signature or that product. Again, it goes into the service house or the house of work. It requires work for her. She can literally, I know somebody who has this, and they made money off a sauce, a recipe, literally no, not even, it was a product. I know somebody that made a recipe that they're selling in the stores, literally in the supermarket. You could buy their thing. It's like it's something to cook with. And then somebody who either, what is the other thing? Makes money off a product that they made for their hair. And like they sell it at the beauty supply. So like some type of comb or something. So I just want you to know that, by the way. So yes, so Venus going into the Mars house. This is one way. Mars is also the ruler of her moon, which is her career. If you see it, I don't know if you can see it there, but the moon is the ruler of her 10th house of public image. Maybe this is something she does at her job, some type of, I don't want to say service because Jupiter is there. I think she does something with like administration. Ow. Or orchestrating this. Does anyone know? Or you can also make money off a beauty thing. This could be very simple. It could literally be money. She makes money off her beauty. Like, and some Mars in the sixth house make you argumentative. And people in your family argue a lot. The men in your family, they cost you money. Cars make you money, cost you money. You may not be a good driver, no offense. Saturn in the third house, you guys should always be careful driving anyways, but that's a different talk. Libra, Venus is in the seventh house. I'm an esthetician. Nice. Her Mars is in Pisces. I'm waiting for her. I don't know what she said. That's why I was asking. I forgot her name. The Libra rising. I look into this because I work in the medical field. Okay, so if you work in the medical field, are you in payroll? This makes sense. This is the house of service and health. It's simple. You could keep it that simple. Literally, Mars is in Pisces. Pisces is health and healing. Jupiter is there. If she works in a hospital, she's either in payroll, insurance, or Mars thing. She stabs them like needles. She takes. I don't think she draws blood. Maybe she does. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a pharmacy assistant. Okay, let's see that. Look, the ruler of her 10th house. This, mind you, I'm going fast because I'm a Gemini, right? Look, the ruler of her 10th house is her public image. Her career is in the 7th house of partnership. She says she assists somebody. I thought she was in like administrative work because Saturn is heavy on that 3rd house. And I always look at Saturn just in case. Because right now, if you notice, Jupiter also rules the Saturn. So I was like, okay, the ruler of her 2nd goes into the 6th. It makes sense. She works in this as a service to the healthcare industry by providing people food, the medicine. Venus sits in her 2nd house. People buy drugs off her. She's literally the plug. Anyways, do they got Adderall? I should look into administrative work. You would. You can be the coach or the trainer to these people. But she's the assisting Mars right now. She's using her Mars. The 7th house ruler goes into the 6th because she's assisting that person. But Venus is in the 2nd house, 29 degrees. That's the strongest planet she has. Venus belongs in the 2nd house. This is one of the best places to have Venus in. And she's literally providing people oral things, food. Anyways, I just wanted to say that. Well, not food, it's drugs. But anyways, you get it. But it's Scorpio. So it's not food. It's scorpionic things. It's drugs, literally. She's my man's. The plug. Yo, DM me. I got you, my man. Hello. We're moving on to a Scorpio. Scorpio rising. We're moving on to a Scorpio rising. This is right now, which, by the way, I like your chart. We're going to actually keep her chart because she's a pharmacist assistant. That's not a regular job. And I think you have a great job. So I'm going to, no offense to you, I'm going to save your file. Sorry, y'all. Don't look at my text messages. I know y'all be peeping and shit. I'm just going to send it to my girls' chat. They're going to be like, why are you sending somebody's random chart? I'm like, don't worry about it. Okay. That's because that's a good job. That's a really good job. You know what I mean? Okay. Moving on. Scorpio rising. We're going in the order of the zodiac. If you don't know the order of the zodiac, this is a good time to learn, my brother and sister. Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising. Scorpio rising. Okay. Fuck it. We're going to go to this one. Because she the only one doing a damn thing. Okay. Okay, we're going in the order of the zodiac. We already did Aries through Libra. I'm just choosing people's charts because why not? Using them as the example. This will be posted, so those that actually got their chart read, you can hear it later. But it's going to be posted as the 2nd house ruler. So it's not going to be posted like I regular posted. Salvador. El Salvador. Oh, for Brazil. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. She is a Scorpio rising. We had to make sure because you know how y'all be capping a lot. Okay, so Scorpio rising or sun, Sagittarius rules your 2nd house of money. That's great. It makes sense. You guys are Scorpio. Money always comes in a large quantity and sometimes it leaves in large quantities, whatever. Sagittarius is always ruled by our Jupiter. Okay? Also, when you have retrograde planets, it's very good to look at your secondary progressions to see how long your retrograde planets are going to be retrograde for. Sometimes it goes into the other sign. Sometimes it goes out of retrograde. You were like born a day after, before, right before retrograde, whatever. So just by the way. Also, somebody just joined my Patreon and said, wow. Literally just said, literally, wow. That's what they see on Patreon. It's just, yeah. That's what happens. Patreon is sidereal. When I go on live, I do tropical because most of you learn tropical and sidereals. I'm not gonna sit there and nagrashatras and all that. No, I'm not doing that. I respect the culture, so I want to take my time with it, and we're going to slowly wind ourselves up in it, so I could really learn the words and the stuff, blah blah blah. But no, Vedic, I'm learning the technical. If you want to learn Vedic, I'm learning. We're learning Vedic on Patreon. Anyways. Jupiter is in the ruler of her second house. The second house ruler is going into the third house. That's great. Also, another place to have the ruler. Another great place to have the ruler of your money houses. It's in a market house. This is not the, but this is kind of the bumpy houses. So the third, 6, 8. The third, 6, 9, and 12 houses. They're always going to cause some type of ending, kind of. So they're kind of a little bit bumpy. But out of all the bumpy houses, this is a great one. Why? Because this is the house of the market. Why? Because this is the first house you communicate to get your money. So if you ever wanted to have a social media, a website, or if you ever wanted to, learn some type of skill that you can do with your hands, literally, this person could work with their hands. Because Jupiter sits in here, that's great. Now, Jupiter is also the ruler of her fifth house, which is her moon, who she is, her being as a person. Remember, she's a sun in Cancer. So her sun and Mercury and opportunity sits in this moon in Pisces in the fifth house, which is ruled by, goes into the third house. So what does that mean? Well, if she didn't go to school for this, if she doesn't already work in administrative, shipping and handling, writing, talking, she wants to get recognition for her work. You know, this could also mean she has a very great voice. She gets paid for talking. These are the people that would go into acting. Don't get it twisted. This, honestly, this is a good acting house. If you ask me, oh, Shirley, can this person be an actress? Yeah. Why? Her second house voice, her face goes into the third house. It's her ninth house has the sun, which is the best house to have the sun in. Bit of recognition, getting notoriety, traveling. The ninth house, the sun is at the highest point, so that means that one of her father or her mother can be a high-ranking person in a position of power, right? The North Node goes into the 12th house. This person can live out different characters, different dimensions. They have habits, mannerisms that are funny, that are out of this world, you know. If they're committed into a creative project, they can literally be an actress. Literally, the ruler of her ninth house goes into the fifth house of performing. Now, is she up for the challenge because the ruler of her first house goes into the eighth house? She may not want to be seen by people because there's that little bit of seclusive, like trying to be hidden. But to be honest, if you ever wanted to use your voice, your face, you can. This is one of the best one. This is how you, even if you wanted to do, listen, you can, once you excuse me. I try. Girl, you're right. This person can make money from their writing. Write scripts for movie. Or you look, Larissa writes scripts for movie. This is straight off her. I didn't even check. I should totally change my careers, and I write since I was a kid. So no, I write. Sorry, I thought you write scripts as a movie, but that makes sense that you make money off of teaching. Jupiter's in the third house. It could be that easy. Second house is ruled by Sagittarius. Sagittarius rules higher knowledge. Knowledge is what she makes money off of. I literally did the same thing. I went to school for engineering. I have an electrical engineering degree. That's why I have a Mars in Scorpio. But I rather than using my Mars in Scorpio for engineering, I decided that I'm going to go into something more analytical, more something that I want to analyze things. I want to go into my own research, my own thing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I have a Mars in Scorpio, Saturn in Aquarius. I already did my college degree. Done. I work in the engineering department. Done. You know what I mean? So you can do, if you can switch roles. Don't get stuck in the mud because you're like, this is it for me. No. You can take one house and make it. You can literally write that book. You have Mercury in Cancer. You can write that book creatively and put it out. People will buy it. I'm just saying. It's the reason why you feel like it's not your path is because of this retrograde planet. So your Jupiter, the planet of teaching, is retrograde. So it was once your calling. Again, when we secondary progressions, we progress. Your Jupiter may be in Sag, or it may be going forward into Capricorn, and it doesn't want to do Sag things anymore. It depends. Okay, we're moving on to a Sagittarius sun or rising. Sagittarius rising, excuse me. I'm doing a Sag rising. We found one. Gracie was on it. I fuck with it. Gracie, she said, done. All right. Moving. Look, and she's in October 4th. Sorry, Sag, we picked one. Gracie beat ya. She probably has an Aries placement or an Aries degree. Let's see. You can do the same thing that I'm doing. You could do it one by one. You just gotta slow down. Even I go fast. I'm not perfect. Even I go fast. Sometimes I miss things too, because I'm going fast. I'm a Gemini moon. I'm just trying to drive-through astrology. Call me the drive-through astrology. Literally. Okay. Let's see. Now, astrology is bigger than just like relationship. That's what I'm trying to drive through an entire consciousness in your fucking brain. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to download in a quick RAM this whole information is a code. Okay. Whoever this chart is, I think her name was Gracie or somebody keeps dropping Gloria. I don't know. All of this will be going onto my YouTube soon as after we're done. We're 56 minutes in. As you see that video goes on YouTube. Okay, so we have a second house ruled by Capricorn. Warren Buffett is a Sagittarius rising. I just want to remind everyone in the room. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn goes into the 11th house of gains. Awesome. Great. The second house ruler goes into the 11th house. Now we have K2 there, or the south node. K2, once I learned it in sidereal astrology, K2 is very good at researching needles, interception, observation, micro. So if people that work in micro things, with small things, needles, people that work in research-based industry tend to have a strong K2, okay, or south node. Now, the ruler of her second house goes into the 11th house next to the sun, the ruler of her ninth, okay, and is next to Saturn. The Saturn is our money planet, is next to Jupiter, the ruler of her first house. So she can make money off rip with the public image, okay. This could mean that she can make money. Not the public image, the public. Literally working with groups of people. One, like society. Like, those people that are the one. You ever seen a receptionist? Receptionists tend to have 11th house placements. Or something about the ruler of their 11th house is close by a job. Because the 11th house is literally the public. So this person may have interact with the public right away. Like a receptionist. Okay? Jupiter is the ruler of her body. That's why I keep bringing that concept up. The sun rules what she went to school for or being in a higher status. Now, it's Saturn. Saturn is in Libra, which is in Venus in the 12th house. So if she's not already in the medical industry, why am I getting that? Venus is in the 12th. Or she is not in some type of management role. Again, we have Sun and Jupiter close by. Corporate. 11th house is the corporate America. Okay. If she's not already in financial industry, maybe she works in a corporate company in insurance. Scorpio's around now because Venus is the ruler of her Saturn. Saturn is the ruler of her money. Right? Look, she says she works in corporate. She has to. It's the 11th house. There's no other place for her. It is what it is. Okay? Now, in this, are you in an investigative field? Are you in a money, payroll, insurance field? Or is it some type of some type of other people's products, contracts? Do you work doing contracts with the government? Money, payroll. That's it. There's no other option for this person. Not that there's no other option, excuse me. But it's just that. It's really that easy. The government. Yes, why did I say the government? One of the best positions to have to work in the government is to have an exalted Saturn, Saturn in Capricorn, Aquarius, or Libra, or having Saturn in a high position of places like your 10th, 11th, and the 9th house. These people can work in the government. If you ever wanted to work at a government job, just go apply. It doesn't matter what you work at. We're there for the check. Why are you in there for a career? We're in there for a check. You come here for a journey of life. We're all souls on earth trying to live life. We get a job, career, live the rest of your life. Your job, career is not your life. So, like I'm just saying that. As how you can't see that, mind you, she has Mars in the 9th house. Mars in the 9th, 6th, and 3rd, great at argument. Great at being the one to direct the action. The general, the one that has to tell is over. Mars, for instance, I have a good Mars, and I used to tell people, if you meet me at my job, you didn't want to meet me at my job, because I used to work catching people stealing too. I had a moon in Gemini, driving jobs, and I had scorpionic jobs. I was an undercover detective at Target, Marshalls, catching you stealing. So if you met me, I'm the Terminator. I'm a Mars and Scorpio. You met me, you go to jail. Literally. It's in the chart. She is the one that tells whatever. I don't know what she does at work, but I'm telling you, she is the one that says it's a wrap. It is what it is. Honestly, didn't even need to know the rest of the chart. Anyways, we're moving on. Thank you so much, Gracie. You're amazing. If you don't mind telling us, you don't have to tell us, but she got a corporate job. This isn't a great example, but we don't gotta go. We're going to a Capricorn rising. Okay, somebody. This over here, this turkey. You don't have to testify. We're doing a Capricorn rising. They don't need you. Somebody's from Turkey from Capricorn rising, but you're too young though. You're too young. Fucking. Why is there so many Capricorn? Yeah, but y'all old at the same time. And I'm only giving the reason I pick older people, and I'm no disrespect to my young gins. Listen to why I pick older people. This is how I learned the chart, by reading older people's chart. It got me to click right away. I did not listen to me. I bypassed the crap that they did, and I did whatever they did. I'm trying to do better. That's why I look at somebody who already lived, y'all. Not that you young. You ain't gonna get it done right now. Whatever I'm talking about won't make sense until it happens. You're gonna be like, you won't be able to prove it unless you already work it. You know what I mean? But it's okay, Capricorns. I'm going to be here every Wednesday. Maybe you get a free reading on a Wednesday, I'm here every Wednesday unless there's a Mercury retrograde. And mind you, it's Mercury retrograde. And that's the reason why I literally, I'm trying to tell you, I'm literally helping you the most. Your chart's easy. If you really listen, you'll figure out your own math. And you'll get smarter and smarter at it. Okay, We are the generation that's going to make money through astrology in many different forms. This is why what I'm doing to you, I'm actually helping you, because that generation, the older generation, no offense to the elders, they're going to be still working in the old paradigm, and they're going to still be working on the government structure. We are building the new paradigm. Hang in there, horses. Capricorn rising. Saturn rules your second house of money. Ready? Saturn rules your second house of money traditionally. Modernly, Uranus also rules your second house of money. And the North Node, Vedically, rules your second house of money. So that means that when you look at a Capricorn's chart, you got to actually look at these three places. So, if I go... This person has Saturn in the 12th with Uranus. 2 planets there. Saturn, the North Node is in the 3rd house. Okay. The North Node is in the 3rd house. Sorry, I just got a little bit caught up because I was going to cough. Okay. What does that mean? Plus, damn, this person was born on a full moon. Okay, so this means that this person, one, can make money creatively through something 12 house like. Huh? No. This person can work on something. One, the 12th house is not just health care. It could be creative. It could be vending. It could be investigative work. It could be behind the scenes work. This person literally can be working that, okay? Now, at the same time, this person has the North Node the moon in the 2nd house. The moon is the ruler of their business. Okay, their 7th house. So this person could probably all their life always thinking about a business. It's just the ruler of the 7th house is there. They're thinking about a business. They could even be doing similar things that the grandmother from their mom's side used to do. It's funny because I actually happened to me too in my chart anyways. But those are 2 things you could do. You could break it down with Saturn. Another thing with Saturn is look at the degrees of these older planets, because these planets move slow. Both Saturn and Uranus, you look at the degrees. We got a 26 degrees, which brings me to the Taurus house. Okay, the Taurus house is something we always go to school for, learning, hobbies. Okay, this also means at some point maybe a lover could have helped them get a job. Why? Because the 26 degrees is getting active, right? What else? This is 7th house. The 7th house ruler, like I said, goes into the 2nd house. They either assist in the family, or a partner gets them a job, or they are in a business with someone in the family job. It could even be a friend, because it's Aquarius. We could keep it very generic. We could keep it very generic and say the person can even work housing. Why? The moon is there. The moon is always going to lead you to housing things, nurturing things. The moon is the ruler of the 7th house of contracts. And we have Mars in the 4th house, which that's the only, I'm bringing that in there because I saw that. And by the way, not that I'm making it any better. And it also trines the money planning. I'm also, if I can't find any information for this person, I'll be like, let me look at the money planning. Their Saturn is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in the 6th house. So they have this opposition of the 6th and 12th. I know they worked healthcare industry. They worked with food before because this is the service industry, right? They could have worked driving jobs, traveling jobs. They're both the traveling planets. Signs, Sagittarius. You know, if you ever wanted to be, well, I wouldn't do that. No, sorry. I was going to say something else, but I don't think you should because I just saw something else. Okay. Now, how do I incorporate the North Node? Because I know you're thinking about that. Well, the North Node is in the 3rd house. Remember, this means that a Capricorn has many options to make money, for sure. This could mean that the North Node is still in the driving house. The North Node is still in the talking, walking house, skillful house. It's still ruled by Jupiter, who is the ruler of the money planning. literally. So it honestly, this is where the money's at right here, and there's a 1 degrees right there. So because I see a 1 degree, I always tell the person, if you have a 13 degrees, that's you. Your intuition is going to lead you to your money. Honestly, because Aries, it has to be something you instinctively feel. Okay? So I just wanted to bring that up. Sorry, am I... Also, by the way, the money, yeah, the money planet. So, like I mentioned before, the moon. I mentioned this when I was reading Gemini. Geminis have a Cancer in their second house, so their money will always fluctuate. A Capricorn's money always fluctuate because most of the time their Saturn is always shifting with them. Only unless they have a stable foundation with it. So their money will always fluctuate either way because their moon is always opposing them. There's always going to be a fluctuation of money. The money is ruled by what? If you think about it, money is what do they call it? Is a currency. You only find currents in the ocean, in the waters. So the money really comes from the water energy, right? In order for you to have a currency, or a current, they call it's a market. You got to have that currency within a market, which is Mercury. So once a Capricorn understands that, they'll be able to make their money stabilized. You know what I mean? So yeah. How do I get a reading done, please? Also, if I do readings through text and I do not finish them, text me again, because sometimes I do work with many people and I have 2 different phones. So if you ever see me and I'm posting, I have another phone and I leave this around. So if you have just want to FYI, if we ever do a reading and it's not clear, from a Scorpio, Mars, and Mercury, and somebody ever does a reading, you, my friend, you're going to go and you're going to tell them to redo that for you. Or, hey, can you explain that again? Okay, so that's what my recommendation is. Okay, anyway, somebody there, who's this person that I was reading? I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Does any of this make any sense of what any other things that I've mentioned? I didn't get to read anything that you said anyways. Bria, I can't say your name. Bria. Yes, you were right. Well, what are some jobs that you've worked before? Can you tell us? You have a Bria. After this, I will be picking an Aquarius. Bria. Sorry, like healthcare. Yeah, look, right away, healthcare. The moon, taking care of people, nurturing them. The ruler of the 12th house, the ruler of the second house goes into the 12th house. Food service, yeah. Anyways. Okay, moving on. Oh, guys, moving on. We're going into an Aquarius. Let's do Mo, because Mo, apparently. I'm going to do a youngin, because the youngins got offended. You know what I'm saying? They can't say I didn't try. I did all the zodiac. We're missing Pisces. We're missing Pisces. And you better be an Aquarius rising, not an Aquarius. If you was an Aquarius sun and you had us wasting our time, I'm going to hurt you. I'm 23. Babe. You literally were born in another dimension. Like you are... Babe. Like you were... dimension, excuse me. You were born in a different generation, bro. A different century. That was the word that I was looking for. Sorry. It was taking forever to come out. Okay, she's in Aquarius. I was scared, Mo, a little bit. Okay, I was a little scared, Mo, because I was like, he's giving me, or she, Mo, I don't know if Mo is a he, there we go, he. He was giving me like he was an Aquarius sun, so I was a little afraid. Okay, so Aquarius, sun or rising, we're going to take a look. Somebody looks good, apparently. You want to look at your second house of money, right? Your second house of money is always going to be ruled by Jupiter. Aquariuses are signs of people that don't really know what's going on in their money or in their bank accounts. For an advice, for those that have Aquarius placements, the less you think about money, the more money comes to you. I don't know how you're going to do it, figure it out, but the more you think about money, it just kind of goes away. What does that mean? If you start Pisces, literally just, if you date, the more you daydream, the more you make money. Trust me. I have an Aquarius placement. That's why they reject you at first. The universe makes everyone reject you at first. Is because you need to be by yourself, because literally Pisces rules solitude, and your second house of money will bring you money while you're in solitude. When you're in solitude, you think about these big ideas and you become this great, unique being that will manifest you money. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up into the discussion. So Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces. Jupiter in this case belongs in this person's fourth house and is next to Saturn. That's awesome. Before we even look at these other two planets, Jupiter is next to Saturn, the money planet. And Saturn for him is his first house and his 12th house. So again, this is a lot of self-development, honestly. And I'm going to tell you the truth. The more you develop yourself, I have this placement. So the better you look, the more people want to give you money. I've noticed that. Also, the more you develop yourself, your brain, emotionally, you make more money. So that's why I kept reading onto a lot of different things and information, because I don't know why I needed to feel that way, but I felt like I needed to anyways. But you would make more money in that sense. I also have Jupiter in my fourth house, which is equivalency to having Jupiter in Cancer. Hint. Which is very good for going with your intuition with money. So what does that mean? One day you'll think about a plan, and you need to go with that plan. Whether it's houses, fourth house. It's funny, I have access to a lot of property or houses. It's funny because I am also the eldest, so if something happens and shit hit the fan, I would be the person that would be in charge. So it's kind of like destiny that I have Jupiter in the fourth. So for some of you, if you really think about it, that have a lot of placements in the fourth house, you will probably be the one that has left all of the family's money. So I just want to let you know that, even if it's not your eighth house of inheritance, okay? But I just want to let you know that. So working with four things that you develop. Also, Venus rules your money, technically, because Jupiter is the planet of your second house of money. Jupiter is in Taurus. Taurus is Venus, again in your first house. So this could even be you. You can make money. People will pay you for you being you. That's what that means. Say that it has all that. So I just wanted to bring that up. Also, I'm recording this. Look at it right there, and it will be on YouTube. Okay, another thing is, this is just based on your Jupiter. You got a 2 degrees. I think that if you ever wanted to learn something, people that have this placements, they're the ones that came up with the idea, I should buy Bitcoin. Most of the people that bought into Bitcoin when Bitcoin first came out in 2009, they all have a conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. That's why when Jupiter and Saturn came back around in 2021, there were millions of crypto millionaires. So this generation right here is the generation that will come up with our next concept of resources and money. And that means 7 years from now, and when your Saturn return comes, which will be 2026, you, my friend, need to pay attention, because you are going to instinctually find out where the money is going. So I'm going to be, by the way, I'm going to be your friend there, because that makes sense. So yes, I would do solitude long to get this, to harness this intuition, this idea. Okay. Now here's the other thing. The sun is the ruler of your 7th house of business, going into the 2nd house. The sun is who you are, your being. You can make money as your face, yourself. You have a lot of fame kind of thing. You got the North Node in the 7th house. One of the most karmic houses is the 7th house because it's actually the 10th to the 10th house. Don't worry, that's some concept that you wouldn't understand yet. So the North Node being there would mean that at some point a lot of people will know you. I even know somebody who has this placement that works in the government, and their face is blasted all over NewYorkCity.gov. And that's one way, a form of fame. You don't have to be famous like, oh, everybody knows you. You could be famous like your face is known or your hands are known forever. If you ever wanted to. Or you can make a business of yourself or coaching someone else, making a business with someone else, family. Okay, Mercury is there. This could be something that you're good at creatively or a hobby that you're at. Okay, let's see. We're going to go on to Pi. I hope that makes sense. So you want to bring in the planets in here. So we got the Mercury is the ruler of the 8th and the 5th coming into the 2nd. So that's another way to make. This person has many ways to make money. This person in their life probably will have 3 main jobs or career path that will open doors for money or abundance. Shout out to that. Pisces rising. Okay. I don't know why I keep picking Geminis. I swear to God. Sorry, I'm biased. Can you bring the fish from the kitchen, please? Okay. Get him. Can you go to the kitchen and get the fish out of the kitchen? Okay. Then I hate Pisces rising. Somebody said I hate Pisces rising. I don't know why. Pisces rising. If you ever meet a Pisces rising, sun, moon, or rising, is because you, my friend, are scared of living your life. So they come into your life to help you live your life. Like, to dive into life deeper, or or you're tippy-toeing around life, or you're really boring. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Pisces sun or rising. The ruler of your money is Mars. Aries is in your 2nd house of resources and money. Okay. So what? Right away, we got the moon in there. What do we know about the moon? The moon rules people, the body, sometimes people's body, nurturing people, homes, so they can make money off homes, nurturing, helping people, whatever, right? The Aries is Mars ruled. The Mars is sitting in the 12th house. So the ruler of the 2nd goes into the 12th, next to Rahu. Have you ever got bitten by a dog? I forgot the person's name. I'm sorry. The Pisces rising that we have gone here. Have you ever gotten bitten by a dog? I just want to know. Or an animal. Or weird. Did anything weirdly happen to you in a car? I just want to know. Or maybe a cat. No, she said she didn't get bitten by a dog or a cat. What about someone around you? What if it's not you? What if it's someone around you and you got bitten, or they got bitten around you, or something like that? I don't know if that makes sense. No. Interesting. The moon. Are you fit? Is there maybe the goddess? Are you? This could be a child. She said yes. I don't know what you're saying yes to the goddess key. I'm sorry. I'm confused now. I'm confused. The goddess. Look at the hair. Look at my edges. Oh my god. It's not. I didn't say it was neat. I don't know what you're saying yes to, my love. I don't know. Yes to getting bitten. Yes to someone else around you getting bitten. I don't know what that means. I just needed to know something. I just got distracted. Someone by a dog. Okay. I just wanted to know. Okay. So the ruler of your second house goes into the 12th house. And again, it's the same thing. Healthcare industry, creative industry. It's the truth. I got to be honest. It's what it gives. Mind you, it's ruled really by Saturn. And Saturn is in the third house here. So she could be like maybe in a driving job, working with people that need to be physically moving. Or it's in an administrative kind of industry. Does that make any sense for you? Or she's good at fixing things. Also, the moon in here is the ruler of the fifth house. So this could be something creative or even children. Again, you have one of the fifth house. You are a person that can make money, fast money, with children. Like if you ever, people would trust you with their child. I would. You have South Node and Leo. I wouldn't mind trusting giving you my kid. You look fine to me. Your mom, on the other hand, I don't know how she dealt with, but that's a different talk, different for a different time. But yeah, that would be my thing. So you would utilize whatever the ruler of the second house goes into, and you can put it together. Okay? You can make fast money babysitting. A lot of Pisces make money taking care of children. Why? Because they have Cancer in their fifth house. Cancer is being the mother, and fifth house is children. And Leo goes into the sixth house of work. The sixth house will always be your house of work. So that's why a lot of Pisces people tend to have careers where they're helping children, or people that need repair, or that people that have like physical impairments and stuff like that. You could be in that health industry. Does that make sense, Miss Goddess Key? I don't know if that makes sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yes, boys and girls, I will be coming on here every Wednesday. We're going to try to read charts. We're going to try to learn charts. This is going to go on my YouTube. I'm going to go shoot in the next couple of days. By Saturday or Sunday, I will make another synastry video with a couple. Okay? So I just want you guys to hang in there. And I'm also going to pop up more Mondays maybe. Mondays is for my Instagram folks, so don't go over there bombarding us with your nonsense. They're advanced. That's the advanced class. So, okay, so my Instagram, I also go live on Mondays, and that's my advanced class.